What is up, everyone? I just wanted to jump on here just for a minute and go live, mostly because YouTube's new desktop live function is a lot more seamless. So, yeah, just wanted to come on here and say hi. We haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, so wanted to give an opportunity to maybe interact with some of you guys. It was unannounced, so if you're watching this in the replay and weren't able to join us, that's totally okay. It's about almost 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. So I have taken the better part of a week off work just because I can, and there's just been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that's incredibly stressful and so many changes for us, which if you've been following our story for the last few months, especially since we moved here to Oregon, you'll know that it's been a ton of things going on, which is good and bad. Allison and I have been growing in ways that we cannot even imagine possible. I'm just kind of jumping right into all of this here. But the main purpose of this video today was obviously if you guys wanted to type some things in the chat and ask questions or say hi or anything like that, you can do that. And just wanted to tell you guys that we love you all. One of the very concerted efforts that we tried to do here on YouTube is spread positivity, and having the means of telling you all that we love you and we appreciate you in every sense of the word can't be mentioned enough. So I'll talk about what's been going on and just, offer some thoughts and things like that. We have been moving straight and full steam ahead. Hey, John. Thanks for the note. We appreciate it. Allison is actually out in some meetings right now. So Allison's had a huge day today. She's had like meetings after meetings after meetings, and having me be at the office all day, and Allison runs her own business and just like is an absolute boss lady. Watching that this week and the love and care that she just exudes in every aspect of her life has been nothing short of eye-opening and amazing. Watching Allison work is fantastic. She's been continuing to do that with her blog and stuff too, which is just great. We went on a short hike yesterday, and I wanted to talk about that with you guys because it's the thing that I'm struggling with the most. And I'm just getting like really real with all of you right now. So that's apologies for that. But I almost bagged going on the hike entirely. And because I was getting so frustrated with myself that I couldn't come up with a story that I liked as how I want to film the whole thing. And I was like, well, it's not even worth going on the hike. And I had this moment of clarity where I was telling myself, I'm going to not get out in nature, one of the few things that I treasure most in this world, because I can't figure out how to film it. And or film it in a different way that other people have not done before. And I just had this moment of like, I'm not even going to bring a camera. I'm not even going to bring a camera on the hike because I need this hike for me. And it was a fantastic choice. And I feel like some of us who get stuck in this YouTube rut in the things that they want to do feel like they have to be made to feel guilty for not capturing some of those things. Believe me, there is nothing more in the world that I wanted to like share our stories with you guys and our lives. And I have become bored with just like the general vlog, like holding the camera around. We don't really talk about anything, but you get a glimpse into our life. And I would love to hear if you're in the chat or in the comment section below, if you're in the replay, like what, if you guys like that, to me, I always just want to give you guys a story. I want to give you some compelling content, maybe some cinematic cameras and stuff like that, just because I personally think that the vlogging genre is very well saturated and kind of overdone. And I want to look at the best thing. Now, the people that are vlogging like that, good on them. I love those people to death. Some of my favorite creators are vloggers, I mean, got a shirt on for one of them right now, but it's just the way I love it. But being creatively challenged in many different ways is what I love. And yesterday, I mean, it was by accident. So today's the 21st of March. The 20th of March marks our official end of the second year on YouTube as Riven Al. And It's just like a funny thing because, we've been calling these years seasons, right? So season one, season two, the end of season one, we took a month off, and we've pretty much taken a month off this last time. So I don't feel good about like, hey, we're going to take a month off. So we're probably going to release one more video or two that will be in season two of our vlog, but just please don't think that we've just been deprioritizing you guys or anything like that. It's been an entire process of, how we want to evolve this medium and evolve sharing our stories, because we're still filming little things and clips here and there. It's just not a cohesive story. And even just sharing them and dumping them onto you guys, I'm not sure would make a lot of sense, because we go and do a lot of things and don't provide context. So that's kind of what we've been dealing with. The second channel, the analytics guy, has been going fantastic. I've been getting really good feedback. I do enjoy that, but it's totally different than this. Like, if that's the science, if the analytics guy is the science of what I'm doing and really closely relates to my job, the vlog is like my creative outlet. So, and that's really been, the difference. It used to be just the vlog started as a means to, capture attention and get views, and, not in a negative way, but just because I was a nerd and I liked the data streaming in. But, as a creative outlet, coming up with unique and different things. And Allison and I have a rap sheet of things to do. It's just finding the things. So that's kind of what's been going on. Like I said, I'm just kind of experimenting. This is the new desktop version of live streaming. So you used to have to go through and plug in like a ton of parameters in live streaming. But now you don't have to do that as much. So just reading your guys' comments. I've been hearing you express how proud, amazed you are about Allison. You guys are awesome. It's good to see you. Is it Yasina? Is that how we say it? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Allison is truly amazing. I hit the life lottery, and Allison and I have been having a lot of those kind of theoretical conversations soon. And hi, Katie and Jordan. How like you just happen to come into each other's lives, and some people subscribe to different beliefs, whether it's just cosmic coincidence or divine influence or whatever you want to explore or understand. But I definitely hit the lottery with Allison. So not to say that it wasn't, a little bit of work and getting in each other's lives and cultivating a relationship. I think anybody who's been married longer than 10 minutes will tell you that it's work, and you got to both want it. And there's nothing more than Allison and I can speak on her behalf want more than just like a good, awesome relationship. On the real, we've probably had like 3 fights in our entire relationship, which is amazing. And I mean fights like just a general disagreement about something. So you should post more random videos on Instagram. Yeah, if you guys follow us on Instagram, so I am at River Ausable, so RIVERAUSABLE. We can do that. That's more snackable. Allison and I have both been trying to get more onto stories and things like that. Allison is at The Thoughtful Closet. That's her blog and kind of what her main Instagram. She doesn't use her private Instagram really anymore. But Phil, that's a great suggestion, and we could provide that snackable content more at speed. I think that YouTube, at least for me, Allison's main driver is Instagram for sure. But for me, I think YouTube will always be probably my primary. Obviously, we've worked so hard and are so fortunate that all of you have joined us and cultivated this relationship and community. You guys are fantastic. The number one thing that we love is getting comments from you guys and reading those, and especially when you guys positively interact with each other. We've had very few people who come into the community just to say hurtful things or anything like that, which is so fortunate. We love you guys. And if there is a motivation besides just the will to create for all of us, it's to cultivate that community even more. We're, geez, what is it? Like over 1,800 people now. And, I don't really assign value to that number. I don't feel like I am more or less than any other creator just by assigning that arbitrary number. I talk about this on the Analytics Guy channel all the time. the fact that any of you, like there's 9 people in here watching right now, and if there were 0 of you able to join right now, it would be equally as important to watch or to make this video. Because even if I'm speaking to one of you, or if I say something or Allison says something that helps one of you, mission accomplished, and we just love it. And the reason why I'm jumping on live today is, like I said, just to interact with you guys a little bit. And honestly, I do feel bad about not putting out more content, but as most of you have said in the past, that we would love, you would love more content that we want to put out at the pace in which we put it out. Wow. This is what happens when you don't have like post-production editing. You get me in my rawest form, but yeah, I just really appreciate it, especially you guys who stick around. Some of you guys have been with us from the absolute beginning. T-San, what's up, Tom? It's just been a ton of fun. I'm also, I get messages on Instagram and tweets sometimes about the beard changing a lot, or, you know, my hair growing out and what the plan is with that. And it's so fun because we don't get to see you guys as often. So you see the big changes. Raul says, love your grease vlog, especially City Maps to Go is so good. City Maps to Go is our lifeline. Just keep doing the same way. Keep inspiring. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that comment is referring to our Greece trips, and I think we also used it in Paris. There's an app. It's not sponsored or anything. It's just something that's fantastic. It's called City Maps to Go, which are maps of cities that you can download and have while you're connected to Wi-Fi, like put where you want to go. So when you go around, like if you're in another country, you're not paying for a SIM card, you can still navigate using this map and get around. So money. I actually just had some emails because people message us all the time about just random things, and we love reading the emails and such. And we got an email from someone who watched our videos recently from Zurich, or from Switzerland. I think they actually said they were from Luzerne. I won't mention their name here just in case they're not comfortable with that, but they're telling us, you know, hey, if you come back to Switzerland, you should do this and you should do that. And that's just so cool because we can only do so much research on these places, but the reach that is YouTube to be able to, you know, be able to interact and get the insiders or locals perspective. That's just so cool. There's been so many developments in our lives and where we want to take it. You know, I think, you know, I don't want to promise anything, but, you know, like Allison and I have been talking about our future and obviously the desire to get a home, and we're going to be in a car soon. And, you know, we want to eventually start a family and all of those things, which are going to be super exciting to capture. And we'll likely probably be posting more around those times just to, you know, document those things. But, it's, you know, like the future is so exciting, and there's so much cool stuff coming. We're just so pumped for that. And we're probably where I'm getting at is probably going to take another big trip sooner rather than later. And what I mean by big trip is like maybe internationally or do some different stuff. So if you came in or if you liked our travel content, we're probably going to have more of that coming soon. I think that it's probably going to be more cinematic than what we've done in the past, just because we've been growing as creators. But that's coming up soon. We want to get one more big trip probably before we decide to go down that road. Katie Jordan, it's hard cranking out content nonstop. Always think the best videos are the ones that were fun to make and that you want to make. 100% agree. I know you guys, Katie and Jordan are in the chat right now. They're creators from Ohio. We had the distinct pleasure of meeting both of them when they were here in Portland recently, hanging out with Colin Bloodworth and I. You know Colin from our collaboration videos we've done in the past. But yeah, 100%. When we were daily on YouTube, you know, whether we personified it or not on camera, it was exhausting, you know, doing content every single day, not because it was hard to produce. I mean, yeah, it was a lot of time every single day staying up, but I didn't feel like it was the best content that I could put forward. And, you know, I think there's some balance of like getting to connect with us every single day in our lives, and the community that built here was fantastic. Were we doing the most creative things ever? No, not really. But, maybe if we ever were to go, whether it's daily or something really a higher cadence in the future, maybe the goal now, we're just upping the ante. It's not, we're going to be daily or we're going to be 3-4 times a week, but we're going to do 3-4 times a week and be, this next level of creative. That's an interesting concept that Katie, you and Jordan just helped me come to right now. Stone Story says, so glad I caught the live stream. We're so glad that you caught the live stream. Be here with us at this time. John, so have you decided on where you're going to go on your next international trip? Great question. So as many of you know, we have that map with the pins in it, and we see it every single time we walk in and out of the door. There are a couple places that have been on the top of the radar. We'll probably do some sort of interactive, whether it's unveil or help us decide on where we're going to go, because I think what we have talked about doing recently is we would put forth, like, here are the top 4 places or whatever it is that where we want to go. We'd be happy going to any of them, and then maybe do a bracket or something for you guys to decide. The Jergies, which are another creators here on YouTube, they just had their baby recently. Congrats, Nelly and Bryce. Don't think you're going to be watching this, but if you were, love that. And they did a bracket with their names for their daughter, which was really cute and cool. Leg Life, I hear Alaska is nice. You know what else I hear is nice, Leg Life? Is this t-shirt. This t-shirt's pretty nice too. I'm just saying, Leg Life. But Awkward Bob, hey man, how's it going? Brian, what's up? Katie and Jordan say the honor was all ours. Plus the ice cream was amazing. Ice cream was so amazing. Salt and Straw, not sponsored, here in Portland. So good. They had Lucky Charms ice cream, and it's exactly what it sounds like. So fantastic. Let's see. Love to travel. I was going to Thailand in almost 2 weeks. Totally binge watch all of them. Yes. Thailand was so fantastic. Shoot us questions if you have any. We were in Bangkok for like a day, a little over a day, just because we got in really late one night. That was cool. I mean, Bangkok's a really big city, so it felt like a really big city. But then we spent a few days in Chiang Mai in the north, and then went to Krabi in the south. We thought about going to Phuket, which is like the big destination that people know about. But in our opinion, and what we did, it was very touristy, and people who had been there maybe dissuaded us. Krabi, we stayed at a place called Railay Beach. Holy cow, I would go back there in a second. The other place that I'd go back in a second was Crete in Greece. I don't know what I expected of Crete, but it massively surpassed my expectations. Fantastic. Let's see. Leg Life, yes. John says, yeah, Alaska, good idea. Alaska is up there, to be perfectly honest. I'll tell you a little bit more. I wish if there was one thing that I could do more than anything, it would be to go to Alaska and take my grandfather with me. My grandfather has been sick on and off, and there's nothing more in the world that I would love than to take him back up there. Both of my grandparents. I'm fortunate that we still have them, and just going up there and having a ball would be fantastic. So Adam, if I call you abruptly at some point, just know it could be that, or if it's Sherry watching, of Leg Life. Awkward Pop, I bombed out of the Jergies bracket. I think I bombed out pretty fantastically as well. I'm excited to hear what they actually picked for their daughter's name. Trucker BB says, just picked up a Phantom 3. You need to do a video on the best settings, or just text me. Yeah, so Trucker BB is actually my cousin. So Brian, yes, text me. I will tell you. I've got so much feedback for DJI in the past. It's a love-hate relationships I have with their drones. The best advice I can give you is once you download all the firmware and update everything, turn the Wi-Fi or like the service off your phone, because if they push another update and you get out to where you're supposed to be and it senses that, you're totally screwed, dead in the water. Christina, Rip and Truff, hi there. Christina, so good to see you. I've said this in live streams in the past, but Christina is probably one of our most OG subscribers. And at the beginning of this stream, about like 20 minutes ago, we were talking about how thankful we were and love all of you. The subscribers like Christina who have been here since the beginning, I can't tell you how much you guys mean to us. All of you are so important to us. And having a dialogue with you, but we love you guys. Thank you, Christina. But yeah, I wanted to come on here and like ask me anything kind of thing, like tweet out this live stream to your fellow community members so they can ask questions and whatnot. Allison will probably be back in like a half hour. I don't know how long I'm going to do this. Like I said, I just kind of jumped on totally by accident, sort of. But yeah, she's at that meeting right now, just been killing it. And I wanted to jump online while I was waiting for you guys. I don't know if you guys noticed it, the fellow creators, but on the homepage, there's like the new where you upload a video. It says like upload a video or go live. And this function is on the desktop version, much like you had on the mobile version for going live, which was fantastic. Jen Cannon, what's up? Jen, who just joined the chat, if you guys look up The Frozen Mind, she's got a blog about some of her struggles and things. It's fantastic, and it's a good perspective. So go check that out too. If you need to. Culp Fiction, Katie Culp, what's up? Unless it's Blake, and if that's the case, Blake, what's up? But yeah, that's where Al's at. She's at a meeting, and where I'm just kind of hanging out right now. But Trucker BB says, what do you think of Hit Film Express? Just started using that on my editing. I've never heard of that, Brian. I use Adobe Premiere Pro to do all my editing. So I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion on that, actually. Stone Story says, that's how Bangkok is exactly going to be for us. Then off to Chiang Mai, then Phuket for 2 nights before heading to the Philippines. That's right. Okay, so I think you had a different username on Instagram. You were messaging me recently about that, unless you have the same itinerary as the person who was messaging me. I've always wanted to go to the Philippines. That sounds so fantastic. Tweet us or shoot us a photo or something. That would be so cool. I've heard Phuket is awesome, especially because Phuket you can get out to the other islands, all the kois. And so that's super cool. You're going to have a ton of fun. The thing about Thailand too, is if you can get over the price to get there, especially at certain times of the year, it's so cheap because the exchange rates are so good. The dollar is very strong there, the US dollar. So should be really cool. It was you. Okay, cool. I'm glad I can remember that, which is also so cool because when you guys comment in the comment section below, my fellow creators and I, and even just between Allison and I, we remember your guys' names. So like I mentioned earlier, people like Jen or Christina who have been around forever, we remember. There's a few other people that we've shared banter back and forth or exchanges in the comment section, and just it's amazing. Culp Fiction, dying to travel through SE8, so Seattle, hopefully soonish. Yes. Tell us where you're going next. I think I have an idea where you're going next, but let us know. So we were coming from South Korea, so it's not too bad. That's so cool. That's so cool. Explain to my mom the ins and outs of vlogs. Yeah, I can only imagine. Our parents watch. I don't know if they're watching now, but yeah, it was a learning curve. Southeast Asia, but that works too. Nice. T-San, can't wait to see that highlight reel of Philly. Yeah. Right. We do need to get out to Philly. We also need to get to Texas. I know if Christina's watching, she's going to give us a whoop for that. But Allison's been wanting to go to Texas for quite some time, go to Austin, go to Waco, because she's obsessed with Magnolia everything, which there's the whoop. So, yeah, that's what we're kind of excited for. Come to Portland River. Love your channel. Like and subscribe, please. Colin, Mr. Smarty here. Love you, brother. Akra, hey Colin, this guy I was telling you about. Let's see. Home of the Super Bowl champs. Yeah, Philly. Right on, man. I think I've been to Philly in the airport one time, but I didn't actually go out in Philly, which obviously will have to change when we come to Philly eventually. But yeah, guys, it's it's been a crazy life. I mentioned this kind of in the beginning. There's been so many things going on with Allison's business and different things going on. It's just a lot of fun, and we've made some massive changes to our lives since moving from Chicago. Not only finances and things like that, but it's just amazing. I was talking to Allison about this morning, about some unrelated stuff, and whatever you subscribe to in terms of religious or not, or things like that, when a door gets seemingly slammed in your face, I very much believe that another one was opened somewhere, but you just maybe don't know where yet. You haven't seen that. And that faith, if you want to call it, or that just outlook on life is very much what Allison and I believe in. And recently we've had some doors slammed pretty hard in our face, and how we are going to overcome that, or how we're going to pivot that is the trick. And we don't have all of it figured out. I think that if there is one reason that I can pinpoint why we haven't been able to upload so many videos recently, is that some of those videos, or some of those opportunities those doors have been slammed. It's just life. So it's exciting. Let me see. Come to Charleston, South Carolina. I have been to South Carolina before. I think Allison has too, growing up in Georgia. Obviously she grew up in the Atlanta area. But man, you don't have to tug my chain to get back in that area. I love it. But yeah, it's been interesting, guys. That's all I really have to say. There's a bunch of you in the chat now. I love that. Awkward Bob says, any plans to be in Ohio in the future? Actually, funny story. We plan to be in the Ohio Columbus area in September. I can tell you that right now. We have to go to a wedding. It also will be Buckeye season then, as you probably know from videos in the past. If you guys are OG, I am the opposite of a Buckeye, which manifests in its form as a Wolverine. But Allison is alumni of, as I will say for her, the Ohio State University. Oh God, I almost threw up saying that. But we'll be there for a wedding. So we're probably going to maybe try to go to a game or something, just to, she can give me the local tour of Columbus as she remembers it from college. I've had the pleasure of being in Columbus before. It's a great city, but just horrible taste in universities, in my opinion. But yeah, we will be in Columbus in September. Jen with the SEC. Brian holding down for Go Blue. Got you. When one door closes, another one opens. We may never know the reason why everything happens for a reason. There's always positive and never negative. I totally agree, Stone Story. What I think is so interesting is that when those doors do slam in our face, we don't always come to terms with why always as quickly as we like. And, that's where the real growth happens, is trying to understand why certain types of things happen. You may never actually understand why certain things happen. And that's okay. That's definitely okay. Sometimes it's just a little easier, if I'm being honest, that we don't know why, but just know that that's not where we were meant to go down. Awkward Bob, would love to meet up if time allows. Columbus is just a short 50-minute drive from me. Yeah, I mean, we are 100% open. There are a few people, when we're in Chicago especially, we don't pretend to have a big channel here, or I don't think we actually identify with the term YouTuber or anything like that. We had some opportunities where people were stopping us on the street who had seen our videos, or doing meetups with people. So cool. And we're so fortunate, some of our favorite and best friends, some of which are in this stream right now, have been kind of like internet friends. So, it's kind of like that meme or whatever, where it's like 10, 15 years ago, you're not supposed to like talk to people on the internet. And now that's where all of my like best friends are coming from. In addition to our oldest friends that we've had, which is just so much fun. I remember the first time I went to a River Caraba meetup. Was it at CVX Live where it was only you? Jen says sometimes the reason doesn't matter. It's when you can look back and you are glad the door was closed. I 100% agree. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what more to say about that. I mean, I think here shortly, what we've been trying to get the car situation figured out, and we've been trying to get the house situation figured out. We're saving some money and doing some different things right now to get the finances in order. But the funniest the funniest and most frustrating thing that keeps happening is the moment we mention something on YouTube, it's natural that any of you would be excited with us and things like that. But then something happens and it changes the trajectory of when those things can happen, whether it's finances or, an emergency happens where we have to divert some funds or something like that. Then it leaves you guys hanging a little bit. And that's why we're a little reluctant to tell everything all the time, just because we want some things to be surprise for you guys. Just because it's cool to be able to do that. Have a great day in Louisville, Kentucky for the Mid-American Truck Show. Have some footage for you. Check out. Awesome. Brian, have so much fun. Be safe. If you guys ever know anyone who's into trucking or like truck drivers and things like that, Trucker BB, who's in the chat right now, is actually I'll shamelessly tell you, he's my cousin on my mother's side. And Brian documents things and all kinds of good stuff for people who are into trucking. So if you're into that or know someone, check it out. But what's another thing that I have to update you guys on? Casey, so good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Talked about the car, talked about everything going on in life. Allison is gunning for a puppy soon. I'm resistant, not because I don't want one, because I want a puppy so bad, but just not in this little tiny space. Like basically when we get a house, we're going to be green lighting a dog. So if you guys have favorite dogs, you should leave them in the chat or the comment section below, because definitely. Visiting with my mom, wish I could be more present. Christina, don't you worry about it. I'm just so honored that you would be here in our chat. Golden Retrievers, heck yes. My favorite dog is Noelle. Noelle is a sweetie. I was actually going through my old photos, Katie, of Cult Fiction here, and I was hanging out with Katie a little over a year ago. Katie, that was the last time we hung out in person. It was at CES last year, not this past year. And I took a picture of Noelle, which is Katie's dog, and she is so sweet. A Frenchie, oh my goodness. I'm a big dog person. Allison wants a Italian Greyhound Whippet mix, the dogs that are like itty bitty and have big eyes and they look kind of helpless. That's what Allison wants really bad. In addition to the laundry list of dogs that she wants. The running joke is always we have to have like a farm in order to accommodate her dog list. Definitely buying Allison a puppy as a gift when we're there in a couple weeks. Yes, if you guys are knowledgeable of Leg Life, which is the shirt that I'm wearing right now, hashtag not sponsored. Hey, but Adam, we can talk about what our sponsorship looks like. They're coming to Portland here. We're going to hang out with Colin Bloodworth Vlogs. It's going to be just a cool thing. We're trying to convince Katie of Cult Fiction to come. So you guys should go at her right now at Cult Fiction and say, go to Portland. So that's going to be fun. We have a Labradoodle. Play date if you're closer. Yes. Labradoodles are so cute. One of our friends who was here a couple weeks ago and we uploaded a video on their trip where we went to the coast and hiking. They have a Labradoodle as well. Leg Life, $2 in the super chat. You guys are fantastic. Sponsored. That's so good. That's so good. Bravo on that. Yeah, which is just funny. I'm loving that right now. So if you guys know it or not, please do not do this unless you feel compelled. But super chat is like people can donate to creators while they stream. That's so freaking hilarious. I love that. I love that. Again, internet friends, what can I say? But Yeah, what questions do you guys have? I just, like I said, I want the whole purpose of me coming on here is say that I love you guys and interact with you a little bit. So I'm here for you right now. There's looks like 11 of you currently in the chat, or if you're watching the review, leave the comments in the comment section below. Would love to answer if you have any questions for us or anything like that. We've covered a lot of latitude just in the last kind of half hour here. Probably go for as long as we need to, and we can go from there. Can feel compelled to one up Leg Life, not a sponsor. Awkward Bob. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And that's like really, I'm like kind of emotional about that. So that's really funny. Bob from downtown Ohio representing. Casey Melvin says, what did I miss? I went through the comments and saw something about Philly. Are you coming to Philly? I live so close to there. I live so close to there, I think is what you meant. It's a very good possibility. A good friend of ours who might still be in the chat here lives in Philly. And yes, that's definitely an option in the future. Allison absolutely loves New York City. I go there periodically for work. I'll fly across the country there. And if that's the case, what we like to do is drag Allison along with me. Obviously, my company pays to go out to bring me out there, but then obviously when I'm out of work, we can run around and do fun and cool stuff. And what we've talked about is the next time we have to go to New York, would we go somewhere close for the weekend too, in addition to our time in New York? So Philly very much could be that. Give me a heads up. It'd be cool to meet you guys. Casey, of course. If we know that those trips are coming up, we want to get better in a different part of the country of putting a feeler out there, not because we think we're big creators and would draw, large amounts of people or anything, but if there's an opportunity to meet even one of you, that would be so cool. So we will definitely do that. When you were in the streak, what was the fastest you've ever edited a daily vlog? So I think Colin was asking when we were doing daily vlogs, what's the fastest. Now, our whole first year of daily vlogging, we did in a product called iMovie. So it comes kind of standard on like Apple computers, Macs. So it was fairly limited as to what we could do. However, I know creators that continue to use iMovie, and it's a fantastic piece of software. We probably could. There's just more things that I wanted to do, which is why we switched over to Adobe. Excuse me. The fastest I edited a daily vlog, of course, we did a bunch of different kinds of things, so it varied, but maybe in like an hour or a little less. Between uploading footage and compiling it and organizing it, and then like doing my actual cuts and things like that. Doing jump cuts doesn't take too long. Maybe a half hour to an hour was probably my fastest one. I had someone tell me the other day that the fastest they produce a video, it takes an hour per minute of footage. Whoa. I mean, I don't know if even my analytics guy videos or anything like that takes that long. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but if it was taking me an hour, so like if I had a 20-minute video and it was taking me 20 hours to produce, I might reevaluate my situation. But I thought that was absolutely insane. That they and I'm I don't know what the word is, but impressed that they would take that level of dedication. So good on them. Yeah, guys, it's nuts. Deletes channel. Yes. Did I miss a question here? I don't understand why Microsoft no longer offers a basic video editor. Yeah, that seems like a huge miss, Obviously, Apple has always been kind of, I would say, more creatively focused. I think they've maybe gotten away from that a little bit recently, but you'd think that Microsoft would jump at any chance to get in with creators more and more. But maybe they view it as a battle that they can't win, so who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in life, guys. Wanted to jump on and talk to you. Apparently get $5 for doing so. But yeah, I think that we're going to have some really cool opportunities coming up soon. Allison's business, allows us some interesting stuff. Allison might be taking some trips. I might be taking some trips soon independently, just because work reasons. I need to go somewhere for work. She needs to go somewhere for work, which might bring a different perspective to the vlogs. I think when Allison was in Florida about a year ago, we split up the vlogs. I was in Canada and she was in Florida, which was kind of a cool thing. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys enjoyed those, because even though we're not together, we're like together in the vlog, which was kind of different and something cool. One thing I did want to ask of you, and put it in the chat or the comment section below if you're watching this in review, is as we look to wrap up season 2 here of Rivenal, what would you love to see in that wrap up? I'm a little reluctant to do the same thing that we had done before, which is, just put our highlights and the favorite, our highlights of all the moments. That took a really long time. It took days to get that put together, which we're 100% open to doing, but I want to do something a little different. So maybe you guys, whether you comment your favorite moments from season 2, or if you have ideas as to how we could recap, we're going to be creatively thinking about that. I love your guys' perspective. But yeah, you say you love those vlogs when we're in different places. That's great. Because of different clips, I sit down and a lot easier for me. Yeah. I find that when we shoot videos, if I have to use multiple cameras, that's fine. But obviously, like shooting in chronological order and having the names of the files be in a way, just like definitely streamlines the workflow. Another trick that took me a really long time to figure out is like, so here's the G7X, right? There's no reason why you can't like record yourself, or even like at nothing, but just record the audio of making memos to yourself for when you're editing later. I recently had a conversation, actually it was not recently, so last September, with Tim Schmoyer at CBX Live, and he introduced this notion of like, just make memos to yourself. And I was like, holy crap, yeah, that's so simple. I feel like an idiot for not just making notes to myself for the post-production, because sometimes if you sit down later and you just have all this footage or all these clips, you don't know like what to do with it. You're like a little like, oh, what did I mean to do when I did these clips? So the notes help. Jen, you need to just have us over for an end of season party. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome if like there was some way that you could get people together and just have an awesome time? Allison and I say all of the time, or our friends that are getting married, or people that we know that are getting married, the thing that we tell them the most, our favorite part about the wedding was, not planning, not doing anything, but it's just probably one of the only times in your life that literally everyone you care about is in the same place at the same time, from like every aspect of your life. Not everyone who is important to you are friends themselves, right? But bringing all those people together is our favorite thing about the wedding. Can you imagine if we had a meetup that basically was that for our whole community here on YouTube that everyone could get to? I pray that some day or way that's possible. I think we can start to bridge the gap a little bit by having live streams like this, because then you guys can, chat and we can have a conversation, but I would love to see your faces and interact with you. If there's a day we can figure that out. Colin says, "I'll bring mac and cheese." Jen says she'll bring Southern barbecue. Leg Life says, buffalo chicken cheese dip. Sounds like it's a party. I'm just saying, and a great party at that. Stone Story says, when we went to the Olympics last month, we had so much footage. We definitely told ourselves notes in the clips, and it was like a light bulb and so helpful. Number one, you went to the Olympics. That is freaking awesome. Being in South Korea, I can't imagine it was a long journey, but that's so cool that you got to do that, and the notes are so helpful. Keep making your masterpiece. John says, we will love anything you do. To sum up season 2, I'll bring the fixings for Chicago dogs. John, oh, you're my favorite right now. On top of all the other food that has been mentioned, Stone Story, Colin's checking you out right now. The dip was incredible. Take him up on that offer. But yeah, man, what other food would you want at this meetup? I think now I'm just interested. Just to motivate us to get this figured out. Yeah, that sounds awesome. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live stream up. It's been fantastic to talk with some of you. If you're watching this in the review, I'm so sorry that we couldn't catch you live and on time. But this is amazing. I'm going to do this more often. I think I love that we can have just, conversation one-on-one, and I can answer questions or just chat. I really do love this. I think, especially now that it's on desktop. I hate hooking up my phone and the resolution of that and stuff like that, but I really do love this, and I really love all you guys. We'll do this again soon with Allison. She has been absent a lot, but that's just because she's like I said earlier, the boss lady doing boss things and busy all the time. So thank you guys very, very much for joining us today. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Share our channel with anyone that you think would be helpful. If any of you are creators, I would encourage you to check out the Analytics Guy. That's our second channel. Allison helps more definitely behind the scenes there, while I'm the on camera personality, if you will. But definitely check them out. Hoping to help a lot of people with that other channel. But we love you, and we will see you in our next video, hopefully wrapping up season 2 here very soon. This has been the most eventful year of our life, that's for sure. And it's only going to get better. We're so excited to start season 3. And the way we've been kind of kicking that off, we're 45 minutes into this video, and I always love like dropping the little nuggets at the end of the video, just for those of you who stick around all the way to the end, get the information. We have an exciting intro that we have planned to our season 3. So I'll leave it at that. Love you guys, and we will see you in the next one.